movie of the week. It was conceived as a movie of the week to resolve Lost in Space.
Before Irwin Allen created television's most beloved space family adventure,
the Robinson family got lost in space.
Yeah, the series was set in the far future, 1997.
Lost in Space was dismissed as impossibly expensive and too ambitious for TV.
You should know is impossible.
By networks who couldn't imagine audiences would embrace a weekly science fiction series about ordinary people surviving extraordinary cosmic dangers. The cast has finally revealed shocking secrets that will transform your understanding of this groundbreaking series that changed television forever.
Marine movie, I think, in which Jerome Power climbed up the side of a ship on.
The Space Family, that CBS almost rejected. What most fans don't realize is that Lost in Space was rejected multiple times by CBS executives who considered it an unmarketable combination of expensive special effects and family drama that television audiences supposedly wouldn't accept in 1965. Networks couldn't understand how a show about colonizing space could work as weekly entertainment while requiring movie-level production budgets. Guy Williams revealed years later that he initially refused the role of Professor John Robinson. "I was the star of Zorro, a successful action hero. Why would I transition to playing a father figure in a science fiction show that might fail after one season?" It seemed like career suicide to leave a proven hit for experimental television. The actor's hesitation reflected industry-wide skepticism about television science fiction. Irwin Allen disclosed that network executives demanded he eliminate the expensive special effects. They wanted just the family drama without the space adventure. They said audiences wouldn't believe or care about realistic space travel effects on television budgets. The show's core visual spectacle was considered too costly for weekly television production. Producer Irwin Allen noted how the project's ambition intimidated network financiers. "We were proposing to create a show with cinematic special effects, elaborate alien worlds, and futuristic technology on a television budget and schedule. CBS thought it was impossible to maintain quality over multiple seasons while controlling costs. The ambitious scope challenged both technical capabilities and financial projections for television science fiction. The villain who accidentally became the star Dr. Zachary Smith wasn't meant to be the show's center.
I haven't been near your spaceship.
I will give you one more chance to tell the truth, Dr. Smith.
He was Jonathan Harris's temporary villain role, scheduled for only 5 episodes before being killed off. What Harris revealed about transforming the character shows how improvisation and personality can completely reshape a series' direction and success. Harris disclosed his strategic approach to avoiding early elimination. "I realized the original villain was too one-dimensional and evil to sustain audience interest. I began adding comedy, cowardice, and unexpected vulnerability that made Smith entertaining rather than just threatening. The character evolution from saboteur to lovable scoundrel was calculated survival strategy. The actor's scene-stealing improvisation forced writers to expand Smith's role far beyond original plans. Jonathan would add lines, physical comedy, and emotional reactions that weren't in the script," revealed June Lockhart, who played Maureen Robinson. His performance was so entertaining that producers couldn't eliminate the character without losing what made the show special. Harris's chemistry with the robot created television's first comedic human-AI relationship that became the series' emotional core. The Smith-robot dynamic was pure magic that developed organically during filming, noted Bob May, who performed inside the robot suit. Their relationship transcended the written material and became what audiences remembered most about the show. The creative war between drama and camp. The production environment wasn't just challenging, it was battlefield between cast members who wanted serious science fiction and producers who embraced campy comedy for ratings. What the actors revealed about these tensions shows how creative disagreements shaped the show's controversial tonal shifts. Guy Williams's growing frustration with the comedic direction created genuine conflict that affected on-set dynamics. Guy wanted to play heroic space explorer seriously, but the scripts became increasingly silly, disclosed Mark Goddard, who played Major Don West. He felt betrayed by the shift from adventure drama to comedy that diminished his character's importance and dignity. June Lockhart's efforts to maintain professionalism while the show embraced camp required diplomatic skills that kept production functioning. June was the peacemaker who understood both perspectives, revealed Marta Kristen, who played Judy Robinson. She recognized that the comedy brought ratings while respecting Guy's desire for more serious storytelling. The generational divide between adult actors trained in serious drama and younger cast members who enjoyed the lighter tone created distinct camps within the production. The kids loved the silly monsters and comic situations, while the adults mourned the loss of intelligent science fiction, noted Billy Mumy, who played Will Robinson. The creative tension was visible on screen and affected everyone's performances and relationships. The robot that revolutionized television AI. The robot wasn't just impressive prop.
Is there anything else I can get for you, Professor Robinson?
It was Bob May's grueling physical performance combined with Dick Tufeld's vocal artistry that created television's first fully realized artificial intelligence character. What the performers revealed about bringing the robot to life shows how practical effects and human performance created television's most beloved mechanical character. Bob May disclosed the brutal reality of performing inside the robot suit. The costume weighed over 200 pounds, had no ventilation, and limited my vision to a small viewing port. I performed in temperatures exceeding 130 degrees while executing precise movements that had to appear mechanical yet emotional. The physical demands were extraordinary for television production schedules. Dick Tufeld's voice work was recorded separately, but required perfect timing and emotional nuance to match May's physical performance. I had to create a voice that sounded mechanical, but conveyed genuine emotion and personality, revealed Tufeld. The robot needed to feel artificial while expressing fear, affection, and humor that made him relatable, rather than just a machine. The robot's personality evolution from simple automation to emotional being mirrored real questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. The robot became increasingly human-like as the series progressed, noted Jonathan Harris. Our relationship explored what friendship might mean between human and machine, which was revolutionary for 1960s television. The budget collapse that created cult magic. The first season's ambitious production values weren't sustainable. Financial constraints forced dramatic changes that accidentally created the show's distinctive camp aesthetic. What the cast revealed about budget problems shows how limitations created unexpected creative opportunities that defined the series. The dramatic reduction in special effects budgets after Season 1 forced reliance on imagination over technical sophistication. We went from elaborate alien worlds to obvious sound stages with minimal decoration, disclosed Guy Williams. The budget cuts were embarrassing for actors trained in realistic drama, but they created the surreal quality that fans came to love. The creative constraints forced writers to emphasize character relationships over expensive action sequences. The budget problems made us focus on Smith's schemes, family dynamics, and dialogue-driven comedy, noted the writers. The financial limitations accidentally created the intimate character focus that made the show emotionally resonant, despite the silly situations. The camp revolution that saved and cursed the show. Irwin Allen's deliberate shift to embrace Batman-style camp wasn't creative failure. It was calculated strategy to capture younger audiences and boost ratings. What the cast revealed about this tonal transformation shows how commercial considerations fundamentally altered the show's identity and legacy. The producers' decision to prioritize comedy over science fiction drama alienated original fans, but expanded the audience significantly. Irwin recognized that serious space exploration couldn't compete with Star Trek, disclosed June Lockhart. The shift to family-friendly camp attracted children who became the show's core audience and saved it from early cancellation. The cast's challenge of playing straight performances while scripts became increasingly absurd required specific acting techniques. We had to commit completely to ridiculous situations without winking at the camera, revealed Jonathan Harris. The comedy worked because we treated every outrageous scenario with complete sincerity rather than mocking the material. The cultural impact of making space adventure accessible to younger audiences influenced decades of family science fiction programming. Lost in Space proved that sci-fi didn't have to be dark or complicated to resonate with audiences, noted Billy Mumy. The camp aesthetic made space exploration feel fun and approachable rather than intimidating, which inspired countless future shows. The censorship battles that sanitized space, CBS standards and practices wasn't just editorial oversight.
At CBS, everybody's very enthusiastic about it. I hope we can do it.
It was constant interference that eliminated darker themes, romantic tension, and realistic danger from scripts. What the cast revealed about network censorship shows how television restrictions shaped the show's family-friendly but dramatically limited content. The network's prohibition against genuine peril forced writers to ensure audiences always knew the family would survive. We couldn't create real suspense because CBS demanded that children never feel frightened, disclosed the writing staff. Every dangerous situation had to be obviously survivable, which eliminated dramatic tension that serious science fiction required. The forbidden romance between Don West and Judy Robinson was deliberately suppressed by network executives who feared controversy. Mark and I had genuine chemistry, but CBS wouldn't allow our relationship to develop beyond friendship, revealed Marta Kristen. The network thought romantic feelings between the characters would be inappropriate for family viewing. Deleted scenes and unfilmed scripts contained more sophisticated themes about isolation, survival ethics, and family conflict that networks deemed too mature. We had scripts exploring serious psychological effects of space isolation and moral dilemmas about resource scarcity, noted the writers. CBS rejected anything that suggested space travel might have genuine emotional or ethical consequences. The shocking cancellation that betrayed loyal fans. The series finale wasn't planned conclusion. It was CBS's sudden cancellation decision that shocked cast members who learned about the show's end from newspaper reports. What the actors revealed about the cancellation shows how network politics destroyed a successful series at its creative and commercial peak. CBS's decision to end the series came despite strong ratings because the network wanted to appear more sophisticated and less camp-oriented. We were doing well in the ratings, but CBS executives were embarrassed by the show's silly reputation, disclosed Guy Williams. They canceled us to make room for programming they considered more prestigious, even though Lost in Space was profitable and popular. Cast members discovered the cancellation through press reports rather than official network communication. We read about being canceled in Variety before anyone from CBS told us directly, revealed June Lockhart. The disrespect was devastating for everyone who had invested years in building the show and its audience. The syndication vindication that proved CBS wrong. The show's afterlife wasn't just reruns, it was a cultural phenomenon that demonstrated CBS had canceled a property with decades of commercial potential. What the cast revealed about the show's enduring popularity shows how syndication's success vindicated the original vision and created multi-generational fan devotion. The syndication ratings that surpassed the original network run proved CBS had made catastrophic business decision. Lost in Space became more popular in reruns than during its original broadcast, disclosed Billy Mumy. The show found its true audience through syndication, which proved the network had abandoned a valuable property. The cast's amazement at fan conventions and lasting cultural impact demonstrated the show's influence extended far beyond its brief network run. Decades after cancellation, we were still meeting fans whose lives had been shaped by the show, revealed June Lockhart. Lost in Space created lasting emotional connections that transcended its campy reputation.
If I ever decide to do a Lost in Space project, and if I want you to be a part of it,
watch Lost in Space again with appreciation for its groundbreaking family dynamics, its influence on television science fiction, and its accidental creation of camp aesthetics that define 1960s pop culture. Notice how every element serves larger themes about family resilience, human adaptability, and the courage required to face the unknown together. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into classic television's most influential series. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. And let us know in the comments whether you prefer the serious first season or the campy later episodes. Danger, Will Robinson. The adventure continues.